Hi, and welcome to Stretch. Today we're going to focus a lot on the upper body. We're going to leave the lower body out, but I want to be working with, the fatigue that we get in our shoulders and those little aches and those little tendons. And the focus is going to be a very, very careful and safe stretch. So I'm going to give you warnings when I feel like you can pull your shoulder out too much or yank your elbow, but we are going to focus on that upper body. So let's start sitting on our sit bones. Take one leg out to the side, one leg in. We're just going to do our breathe up here. So inhale up and down, and again up and down, and again up and down. Switch sides. Take it up and down. Good. Up and down. Last time, up and down. And we're going to start by sitting in the center in your on your sit bones in your most comfortable position, head over tailbone, belly button to the spine, your shoulder hip in alignment. You can put your legs any way you want as long as there's evenness at some point. We're going to start with the upper body from the top down. So I'd like you to start by putting your hand over your ear, taking a big inhale and exhaling out to the other side. Now, don't yank it down, just let it go as far as gravity takes you. Now, start with your hand somewhere up, your opposite hand. Start with that hand somewhat up, and this elbow should be pointing to the side. So I want you to breathe a couple times here. And then put the hand on the floor right beside your hip or whatever. Yeah. And you can feel there's a little more release without you actually pushing more. Now take that hand out and put it on the fingertips as far away as you can get it. Now we can really feel kind of a maximum stretch. Beautiful. Release that hand, keeping that head where it is. And then I want you to rotate your chin toward your shoulder. Take the hand of the side your neck is pushed toward and put it in front of you. Just take it across. Couple breaths. And then bring that neck, that chin down to the inside of the shoulder. We're not in the center yet. So feeling a beginning across a diagonal in the cervical curve. Couple breaths. And then bring that neck or that chin to the chest. I want you to push out away from your head without moving. I want you to feel the extension going forward. Now put both hands on in front of you or on your ankles, and then bring your head over your tailbone, letting your whole body lift up. Lift up, lift up, lift up, dropping those shoulder blades and releasing back to center. Let's try that on the other side. Put your hand over your head. Your hand is, the reaching hand is over your head. The other hand is right on your hip or close to you. Big inhale and exhale. Take it across. And again, don't yank. We're going to let the extension take it into a deeper stretch. Couple breaths. Bring the hand beside the hip and couple breaths again. Stay on your sit bones. Now reach that hand out onto your fingertips, and you're going to feel that maximum stretch without doing a lot of tugging. Nice. And then we're going to release that hand to the front, take our head over, take our chin over to our shoulder. It's almost as if you're looking on over that shoulder, but not quite. 2 breaths. Now tuck that chin down. Start to get that diagonal stretch across the cervical curve. Bring that other hand into your ankle. Bring your chin to your chest. Pushing your head kind of metaphorically across the room. Drop those shoulders. And then inhale and exhale. Bring it up and pull up so that you're getting a nice lift right there. Great job. Good. And then release it down. Now we might have felt some things in those shoulders. So I'm going to start us with a simple shoulder stretch right here. Let me push this back. Now we're going to the this pigeon or this tree again, but you're bringing your leg into shoulder. All right, so it's going to go down to shoulder. So we're going to start with shoulder roll. Let's do 8. We're going to do several of these. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I want you to put one hand on the ankle. The other hand is going to be out to the side, and you're going to fold the shoulder in and take it out. So it's almost like you're drawing an arc on the floor. We're going to do 8 of these. 3, 4, nice. Keeping everything else steady. 5, that's why I have you holding your ankle. 6, 7, and 8. I want you to hold the arm back there. Lift your body up. Now take this hand that's on the ankle and do a diagonal stretch. Now you're pushing into the floor and you're reaching with that hand. We're opening right here in the front of the deltoid, right where the pec and the serratus anterior have their meetings. All right, reach up. Nice. Now I'd like you to take that hand and reach it up toward it. So we're doing the opposite stretch. Take the hand that was up, down behind you. Again, we're not yanking anything. Our body's staying somewhat forward. We're not taking that turn. So we're trying not to get into our back very much. If you're having trouble with that, bring your hand back to your ankle so that it can help keep your alignment. Now from here, we're going to take that arm down to the foot or wherever you can reach it. Put it on the foot if you can, or on the ankle or the shin. Push forward. So what I'm trying to do is to get the thing that is extending what you're stretching is not the thing itself. So you're holding the shoulder, but you're using the foot to stretch that shoulder. So there it goes. And then bring it up and then behind you and push your chest forward. And bring it back to center, and let's get ourselves even. So flex that foot out on the other side. We're going to fold forward and back. So come in and out. 2, 3, good job. 4, 5, nice. 6, 7, 8. Drawing that little arc on the mat. Oh, 8. And hold it back here. And just reach forward. Nice. Get yourself lifted, head over tailbone. Everything else stays down. You're still on your sit bones. You're taking the other arm up for a diagonal stretch. Great job. Then you're bringing the other arm up to meet it, trying not to rotate. So bring that arm down if you need to not get that full body rotation. Don't worry, we're going to get to obliques. That's part of our upper body. Nice. And then bring it down. Flex the foot if you can reach it. It's also cool to have a strap here. And then push your foot forward. So again, I want to have safe ways of stretching things. We have a tendency to over push our joints sometimes, not be gentle with them. And I still want to give you an ultimate stretch, but I also want you to feel like you're not harming any part of your body. I can't tell you how many times, bring it in and take the arm behind, how many times and lift. How many times I hear people say, I hurt myself doing something like yoga or Pilates or stretch. And it's because we're pretty aggressive with our bodies. We like to feel that we can take it to the distance. Let's put our feet together and put both arms behind us and do that lift. So again, we're not jerking this back into wings. We're pushing our chest forward. So that's the difference, okay? So if we're jerking it back into wings, it's going to look like that, right? It's going to look like that. If we're pushing our chest forward, it's a lift up out of our deltoids. So coming back to center. All right, we're coming back to all these body parts, but this is the seated version. We're going to a lying version, and then we're going to a standing version. So we've got 3 chapters of this story to tell today. All right, so now we're going to do the chest. I'm going to take the legs out in front for the chest to start with a small flex. And just walk your hands behind you. Flex those feet, feel those hamstrings lift up, and just walk those arms behind you. Now, one of the things that we do that's super aggressive is we grip our hands and we pull up and pull out to our chest. And that's really good, especially when you're warm. But when you're not warm or you have been experiencing some aches or some fabulous, amazing, horrible, terrible fatigue because you've been working one position all day or been doing pull-ups for weeks, you want to be a little less aggressive. All right, you're breathing while I'm talking, I hope. All right, we're going to bring those hands together. So we're going to keep them on the floor and then bring them together and lift. Now we lift our head, but we don't crunch our head back on our neck, right? We just lift our head. That's part of the stretch here. And then we're bringing it back to center. Now, we're going to do a movement back and forth. So I want you to put your hands at the side with a slight bend and take that chest back and forth. Nice. Now, this is also something we'll do standing, 4 more, and 3. But here we can keep our body pretty isolated and try to take the hips out of, and last one, out of the party. All right, now you're going to use your arm to take your chest across and then bring it back into a folded arm, right? Stretch it out into a long arm, bring it back to a folded arm. So you're opening and closing that chest on one side. We're going to do 8 of these. 4, head over tailbone, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And take it back, put the hand down, other side. 1, bring it back. 2, nice. 3, 4, good. 5. Now, those of you who are tough, boot campy types, you might think, oh, this is too little for you. 7. I bet you, though, that by the end, you're going to feel a stretch you haven't felt before. All right, and then back to the center. We'll get more chest later. We're going to do a little bit of back now. So I want you to, again, we're going to do it with, soften those knees, bring yourself up on the heels, and then bring the back of your hands together and just open it up. You don't have to push back. Just bring the back of your hands together and curl it up. When you have these knees bent, that creates a little sinking in your transverse abdominal, which you can follow all the way up through to the heart. And then you get that back stretch. And again, we'll be hitting this from other directions almost immediately. Nice. Just hold it there. I want this to be a hold that you breathe through. Nice. And release it down. So now we're going to go to those, to that tabletop, and that's a lot of our upper body work is going to happen here. And then we'll add some lower body before we go up to standing. All right, we're going to start with cat-cow. I want us to remember that cat-cow, you have to be in position to make sure you have your knees under your hips and your hands under your shoulders. You have to have those hands shoulder width apart. You don't want to narrow those shoulders into the center. Your eyes are looking straight down. Now, can be in a very extreme movement. So like in yoga, you push everything together and you take everything apart. We're going to do that, but we're going to take it a little bit more slowly. So on the first inhale, I want you to keep your head aligning with your body. Don't push your neck back, right? Just let it align with your whole body. So it's going to come up a little bit, but it's not going to be pushed back. The same thing with the exhale. We're going to take the chin and let it go softly toward the chest and not push it, not separate the neck in that more extreme way. So again, let's do the soft version, bringing it up without pushing. And then, when you come into that cat, you really got to pull through that transverse abdominal and those abdominal rectus to make sure that you're getting the alignment all the way through. One more little soft one. Nice. And then one more the other way. Now hold that one. And now we're going to take it up a little higher. So keeping it in cat curl, you're going to take a big inhale and exhale and then kind of camel it up. And the reason I say camel it up, because I want the emphasis to be in the middle of your back rather than in your shoulders, your head, and your glutes. So try to create that camel hump. Good. And then bring it to neutral. Nice. One more time with the camel hump, and then we're going to take it to neutral again. So big inhale and exhale. Right up, pull through that back, separating those shoulder blades, and then bring it back together. All right. Now we're going to take the hand, let's say your right hand, and slide it to the corner of your mat. And just hold it there. That could be quite a stretch depending on where you are positioned in your mat, of course. All right, the other hand is holding steady, but you can let it soften a little bit in the elbow. Now you're going to sit back. Again, we're using adjacent and opposite body parts to get these stretches in. Nice. You feel it in the serratus, you feel it in the pec. So some pec stretches don't have to be behind the back, right? And then slide it in first and then bring yourself back up. Other side, take it to the corner, hold it there, feel that extension, and then sit back. Nice. And then slide it in first and then bring yourself up. Nice job. Now I'm going to just release through the obliques for now. So circle the glutes. 8 in one direction, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Reverse. 1. Pull that belly in every time. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now you're going to take both hands over to one side. You're going to push your hips to the other side, but keep your legs into the center. And let yourself fold as much as you can. If it feels wonky on a shoulder, just slide that arm in. You don't need to have any wonky. Breathe into it. Bring yourself back up. Walk one hand into parallel, the other hand into parallel. Make sure you're aligned and then walk it to the other side and then push the hip out and come into it. Bring yourself back up again and bring yourself one hand first and then the other. Great job. So now we're going to ask Brewster to help us. How did you get here? We're going to take our leg up. Now you feel like we're starting the leg work, but this is also going to stay with the arm work. So we go into our low lunge. Our feet are soft onto the floor. We're not pushing in or driving anything crazy here, but we're having this great lifted position, our head over our tailbone, right? Now, put your opposite hand on the bent knee, and the opposite arm goes around and reaches toward the leg that's behind you. Bring it up into your elbow and bring it back to center. Put both hands on that knee. Now you're going to slide the inside hand down to the ankle, and the outside hand is going to take us up into a stretch. You're going to look toward that. Like the stripe of sun across my head. Bring that hand down to that foot and curl yourself up into standing. Nice. Get your head over your tailbone. You're going to take both hands down through the center, right here. Flex your foot into length, and then open to the opposite side. Now on this one, I want you to bring your hand behind so that the back of the hand is in the middle of your back. If you have shoulder issues, do not do this. Keep your hand lifted. Try to keep that flex nice and steady. Then bring that arm down, bring that leg in, and we're back to our tabletop. Great. Let's put the other leg forward and let's lift ourselves up and into that stretch. Beautiful job. Nice. Get that big lifted stretch. I love feeling this in my hips, even though I'm trying to focus on upper body. All right, we're going to slide our hand down and lift out to the side and say, hey, this is beautiful. Nice. Then bring it back down and bring yourself back up. We're going to go into that flex and come on out and over to that lift, looking up again to our hand. That gives us more neck. Nice. And get that hand behind the back. And bring it back down, push into that foot, put those hands inside, and come on back to your tabletop. Now, you're going to widen those hands to the edges of your mat. You're going to lower your chest to the floor, letting your elbows go back. Then walk those hands forward. Put your forehead down on the floor, chest and forehead on the floor. And from here, we're going to slide the arms in, extend the legs out, lower ourselves to the mat with our feet flat now and our elbows beside our waist, looking straight down. I want just a kind of quarter cobra right here. So pull that belly button to the spine so you can feel the hip bones hit the floor, and then just kind of a quarter of the way up. Drop your shoulder blades. Don't stiffen. A lot of people get into this and then they stiffen their whole bodies. Try to feel like, you're a little cricket and you just lifted your head, or grasshopper, and lower it down. Good. Drop those shoulders away from your ears all the time. All right, let's take it to the halfway point. Nice. Nice. Keeping those eyes in the direction of the exercise, so it's out there, out and ahead of you. Feeling that stretch in the back and down. Don't worry, there is going to be a counter stretch. All right, we're going to take it all the way up into our cobra, where we're hugging the floor with our hips and our pelvic bone. So big inhale and exhale and bring it up. Lovely. Good. Drop those shoulder blades. Yes. Go eat your breakfast. And you're getting on your knees and back into your child pose. Straight parallel child pose. Now come back into tabletop. Walk both hands over to one corner. You drop yourself on the side of your body. Take the feet over to that same corner. And you're going to stretch back by reaching with your hands and reaching with your legs and having your body in the back end of the mat. So this is the banana. Nice. And hold it right there. Beautiful. Notice I'm ready to fall asleep. Bring those knees up. Push yourself up. And let's take it to the other side. All right. Reaching forward with both hands and with both legs, and come back with your hips. Nice. . And then bring yourself all the way down again and open your legs. Now we're going to create a top opening without lifting through the center, but through the side. So what I'd like you to do, again, your hands are right beside kind of your ears, your elbows by your waist. You're going to push into the back arm and lift with the front without moving your body out. And then bring it down. And now you're going to push into that hand and try to get yourself, or into that elbow and try to get yourself a little more lifted. Right? So you have this opening, but you're still holding the lower body to the center and bring it down. Nice job. Now you're going to bring it up and back. So you're going to go up and reach it back. There you go. Trying to keep those legs down and parallel and bring it back to center. Let's go to the other side. So first, long lift. Still down, long lift. Just a little bit. Nice. Come onto your elbow a little bit, high lift. Nice, and bring it down. And then we're going to sweep it up and back. You might have a little break in that front leg. That's all right. And bring it back to center. Okay, a few more things. Lying down before we stand up. We're going to push our toes into the floor, chaturanga push-up, and we're going to take it to plank. And I know plank is an exercise, but it's also a stretch. So if you can do a long arm plank here, that would be great. All right. So big inhale and exhale and bring that up and hold that plank. From this plank, we're going to go to pike. Right here. So the reason I'm not saying downward facing dog is I'm not ready for us to push our chest all the way in, because we're going to do some openings here. So you're going to take one arm to the opposite ankle, try to hold it or not, just reach toward it and get that stretch. And then release it back out, other side. Stretch it. And release it back out. Keep lifting toward the sky. Good job. Now I want you to take one elbow to the floor. Let that stretch happen. And push it back up. And the other elbow to the floor. Feel that in everything, right? The shoulder, everything. And push that back up. Okay, now let's initiate the push to the chest toward the thighs. Walk it in. Hang. I know this is a long time to do upper body, but you know, you don't have to do it all the next time. You can just take parts of it or add it on to something else. Or some days you're just absolutely going to need it. All right, we are going to curl up so vertebrae by vertebrae that I want you to walk with me. So ankles, shins, below the knee, above the knee, mid-thigh, top of the thigh, hips, and then curl yourself all the way up. So now we're going to work on our standing exercises. So first we're gonna get a little more vibrant here. So this is going to be, stuff to activate your body. So let's take your hands out to the side and do our very familiar side to side scoot. Good. So your knees are soft. They're about hip width apart. You're going side to side. 8, 7, get your head down or up and your shoulders down. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, to counteract that, I want you to bring the hands in to eagle, wrapping them around. The palms are against each other. Beautiful. Breathe into it. Feeling that release. and then taking it out. Those ones that do a whole bunch of multiple body parts are ones I really like to spend a little bit more breathing time on. I know your blanket's not on the floor. The housekeeper's picked it up. I'm sorry. He's looking around for his little blanket. I'll get it out later. Sorry, buddy. Doesn't know what to do with himself. And then release it down. Now I want you to really come into a bend. Bring those legs in just a little bit more. Bring those hands together. Put those elbows out to the side. Come into your sit and come on over for the twist. It's really looking. I'm sorry. I know. I'm sorry, buddy. Nice. When we bring it back up, we're going to bring it overhead to nice released up, and then take it to the other side. All right. Nice. And release up and bring it down. Let's roll those shoulders back 8 times. 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, mommy duty here. 6. Yes, here's your blanket. 7 and 8 forward. What now? He doesn't even want it. 2. Get that. 3. I just wanted to check my room was right. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Let's open up those legs again and take it across. It's a light punch, right? So obliques and arms. Good. Nice. 4 more sets. 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Now we're going to put your arm right out in front of you into a stop sign. Now, while we're doing this, I want you to take each finger and put it down and up, down and up, down and up, down and up. Now try to take them into a very wide and then close and wide and close, then rotate it so that the fingers are pointing down. Reach your hand even farther across the space. Bend it toward your shoulder, bring it out to the side, and bring it down. So if you put your arms out in front of you, that arm will be a little bit longer. All right, stop sign, wide arms. You're going to bend each finger forward. There's your bend. Good. Then open up those fingers and close them. Open and close and open and turn it under. That's all he wanted. Yeah. And then bring it back up and bring it down. Now we're going to push those arms back, right? And again, this is as much as your shoulders can take. You're going to open up the chest, drop those shoulder blades, push them back, and then we're going to push them toward each other and then out, and toward each other and out, toward each other and out. Soft knees, of course. Good. And last 2. And last 1, bring it back to center, and we're here. We're going to create a square motion with our chest. So you're going to take it to the first corner, out to the second corner, back to the third corner, and the fourth. Then take it to the third, and the second, and the first, and the fourth. You've done this probably 100 times in your life, but when was the last time? Good. So we're reversing it each time. So we start on the side we land on, right? And then we go back to the other side. Beautiful. And end here. Flap your arms back and bring them out. Flap it back and bring it out. Flap it back and bring it out. Flap it back. One more time. Flap it back and bring it out. We're taking one arm up and the other one down. So we went from very careful to a little bit more movement and then switch. We're still staying careful and then switch. But we are also paying attention to getting ourselves more activated. And switch. And last 2. And here's the end, the last one. All right, let's take those arms and legs out. We're taking it all the way out. We're coming down to the leg. We're sliding down the leg as we go across. Feet are facing forward. Don't let your shoulder roll forward, right? We're keeping those shoulders aligned. They'll go forward in a second, so you'll get that release. Now rotate toward the side and slide down. Let your body melt here. Let gravity be really your main prime mover. You'll keep going. You let it. Now walk it to the center and curl it up. Other side, we slide. Right? We are keeping those shoulders back. Arm over the ear. And we're facing that leg, sliding down. Again, gravity will take you as long as you let it. Don't fight it. And bring it back to center and curl it up. Nice. We're going to do some cross work. So we're going to take the right hand to the left toe and then reach up. And then we're going to do 4 sets of these crosses. 2, lift up, down, lift up. 3, lift up. Nice. Lift up. And 4, lift up. Nice. Lift up and put those hands on those hips. Heel toe those feet in. All right, we're going to do some lower body work that's also going to be upper body work. So if you need to hold on to something to circle your leg, go ahead and do that. We're having a slight point. 4, 5, 6, 7, because it's what counts 8 reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Let's put that foot down, get ourselves aligned. Other side, 1, 2, 3, slight point, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Reverse, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. We're down. You're going to cross one leg over the other. Now again, you can hold on to something and come on down and sit into it. Now, if you can, while you're here, sorry, I'm having a little bit of knee issue today, sweep one arm out. Come on down and sweep one arm out. Maybe once you get located, you can take those and hold. Nice. This is a little bit of a flex on the foot here. Good. And bring yourself back up. Now, I can't put my leg on this knee. No, I can't do it. Yeah, it hurts too much. I will hold it and come down. Woo. Yeah, my knee is going shift, shift, shift. So why don't you do that and then put that arm out. There we go. And bring it back up. Great job. So now we're taking the arms to cactus and we're going to come across and bring the knee up. So I want you to move your upper body, bring the knee straight up. The knee doesn't come in. Straight up. Straight up. Nice. Beautiful. Now what we're doing is all these things we were very gentle with and opening our backs and all that stuff. We're now putting oxygen into them and they're saying, thank you. We needed that. Good. Nice. 8 more. 8 and 7 and 6. Last 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1 and both sides. Now soften those knees, take it down and up, down and up, down and up. Last one, down and up. And we're going to roll the shoulders back using the elbows. So I'm getting more combinations in here for you. 4 more back. Yeah. We're bringing the swim into it and then forward. Yeah, swim into it. Yeah, all that breathing. Nice. And right here, hip to rib cage. Nice. And we do our circles. It feels so good. Now that we've loosened everything up and reverse. And then bring those legs together, get them nice and soft. I want to do the full sweeping 4 breaths to take us out. Inhale down, exhale up, down and up, down and up. Last time. Nice. Thank you for coming to stretch mostly upper body. From careful to activated, I hope you felt something.